Though her story is not yet fully written, Jade Helena Brooks is a Canadian worth celebrating this Black History Month. Jade Brooks was born in 1992, and she is an author and activist against the sex trade. Jade grew up in Halifax, Nova Scotia, as one of 5 children in a household that suffered from addiction and domestic abuse. As a result, she spent 4 years in the foster care system, moving between group homes and foster families until she was able to live with her mother again at age 15. By then, she had a boyfriend, also 15 years old, who would one day become her trafficker. Her experience wasn't exactly like most people might imagine, such as in the movie Taken, which could make it more difficult to recognize. The kind of sex trafficking Jade fell victim to was normalized where she grew up, and she wasn't sure of what warning signs to look out for. This is why, after 2 years of being treated, as she says, like a princess, by her boyfriend, Jade believed that she was in love with him and that he was in love with her. At his demand, Jade left Halifax at the age of 17 and sold her body at strip clubs in Montreal and then at massage parlors in Toronto. Rather than get a job himself, Jade's boyfriend turned pimp lived off and controlled the money that she made. He also physically assaulted her on a regular basis. She never reached out to the police for fear that she was doing something illegal and would get in trouble for it. When Jade was 19 years old, her trafficker tired of her and he let her go. After this, she sought out a mental health agency to find out how she could help other victims. She helped create a tool called the Stages of Sexual Exploitation to aid in identifying when it is happening. There are 4 stages: luring, grooming, coercion, and exploitation. Jade has written a book about her experiences titled The Teen Sex Trade, My Story, as well as a follow-up called Renegade, The Teen Sex Trade Part 2. She hopes that by sharing what happened to her, she can protect other young women across Canada from suffering the same fate she did. She also wants to call attention to the systemic, cyclical, and generational problems, including racism, that can lead to human trafficking. Jade Brooks is now a peer support worker for victims of the sex trade, as well as a mother of 2. She says she wouldn't change what happened to her because without that experience, she wouldn't have the knowledge she needs to protect her own children as well as others from the dangers of human trafficking. Truly, Jade is a brave and selfless Canadian, worth admiring and worth honoring.